This is the case of trigonometric with tangent and secants, and specific case when both of their powers are even. If secant square's power is even, the formula says peel 1 secant square theta and write it with d theta. Okay. And change all the remaining secant squares to tangent square using this formula from trig. Secant square theta is equal to 1 plus tangent square theta. So let's do that. The first tangent square theta we are not doing. This one we are replacing by 1 plus tangent square theta. And the last secant square theta which we peeled, we are going to keep it as is with d theta. Once we've changed all the other secant square theta into tangent theta, we are going to use u sub technique here. So u is I'm using as tangent theta. So du will be secant square theta d theta. So you guys see this one here is already there. So tangent is u. So this becomes u square. 1 plus u square. This secant square d theta becomes du because of this. We distribute inside. This will look like u square plus u4 du. Integral of u square using the power rule. But we need to put u back as tangent theta. So the final answer is tangent cube theta by 3 plus tangent power 5 theta by 5 plus c. Let's do another one of these tangent and secant format. If we have secant's power is cube, odd, right? Cube, it's odd power, and tangent's power is also odd. Then you can peel one tangent x and one secant x, keep it with dx. Remaining, how much will be left? Only secant square x. If you have this kind of a question, we can replace u sub as secant x. Du will be secant x tangent x, because the derivative of secant is secant x tangent x. You see, that's why we put it here. So that means our integral secant is u, so this will become u square, and the remaining whole thing is du. Integral of that is u cube by 3 plus c. U is secant, so secant cube x by 3 plus c. That would be your final answer. Let's do one more of similar kind. If you notice here, the tangent's power is odd and secant's power is odd also. So the strategy is to peel one tangent and write it with secant x and dx. And all the other tangents you're gonna convert to secants by using this formula. So this is secant square x minus 1, and all the other things we have as is. We're going to use u sub for this. U is equal to secant x. So derivative would be secant x tangent x dx. And you notice that is sitting here in the question itself. So secant is u, it becomes u square minus 1, and this whole thing is du. That's a simple integral now. U square's integral is u cubed by 3. 1's integral is u plus c. And we can put u back in here, which is secant. Secant cube x by 3 minus secant x plus c. That's your answer.